Happy days. You're welcome to your Growing Rugby League podcast. Just sharing different stories in players throughout the world that is growing rugby league. And today we've got Josh Gatt. He's a Australian Rugby League member player with Queensland Cup experience with the Redcliffe Dolphins, Malta international, and currently playing over in France with Salon, where the season just finished. So we've got Josh on the pod to share his story and how he's growing rugby league. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Coming into European summer, can't complain.
Yeah. So what's the time there at the moment?
Just almost 3 p.m.
Jeez, yeah. It's not that cold now, is it?
Nah, it's been good lately. About 20 degrees most days. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So you're leading to the best time of the year in Europe. Just want to ask a few your questions and that. So what's your background? Obviously, we've had a little bit to deal with yourself within rugby league wise, but what's your background? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you play football, schooling? And also, like, which side of your family is Maltese and that?
So I did all of my junior rugby in Sydney. I was with Parramatta, Eels for Harold Matts, SG Ball, all the sort of under 14, under 15 development stuff. I went to Patrician Brothers in Blacktown School. And my father is Maltese, obviously his side of the family, so that's where that comes from. But yeah, pretty much did all of my rugby in Sydney between Parramatta and 1 year at the Roosters until I moved up to Redcliffe in 2020.
Yep. You've had a couple of injuries and that as well in the past.
I had the ACL surgery in 2021. It would have been now mid 2021. Is what it is. It's all good now, but
yeah. Well, there's a lot of players that especially at your young age at the time, experiencing the injuries and then obviously the adversity to get back. The credit to you for getting back to that level and keeping positive, because there is so many players out there, and we'll be sharing it a lot as we go with all the different episodes. But there's so many players out there that end up giving the game away or go down the tough times with the mental health and whatnot. But credit to you.
Yeah. It's definitely not easy, but I mean, from now I sort of see it as a positive. I think pretty much everything that's happened from it has been a positive. There's a bit of a mental shift that comes with injuries like that. But at the end of the day, I guess you learn from it and you grow from it. So
yeah, no, 100%. How'd you find France, the culture? First of all, how'd you obviously I know how it eventuated, but if you could tell how did it all eventuate and whatnot? Yours was a bit different to a lot of others that I've sorted, but yeah, if you could just let everyone know, and you might have to check your camera there as well, maybe.
Is that all right there?
There's nothing on my end, but yeah, just roll with it.
So in terms of coming over here, it was actually all related to the ACL. Obviously, I had to have about a year off with the ACL. And I guess when you've played rugby your whole life, you sort of lose your identity a little bit when you're out for a year. So I basically just packed up my bags and went traveling all over Europe for 3 or 4 months during my rehab. And then I guess I returned to Australia and I basically just knew that I wanted to come back here. Obviously, I'd seen you'd done plenty of work with players over here, clubs over here. I knew you had plenty of involvement, I guess, in the French game, and pretty much was as simple as gave you a message, and we went from there. Definitely wasn't a smooth roller coaster, and I was probably giving you a hard time because I'm pretty sort of driven with what I wanted. But I mean, all worked out for the best in the end.
Yeah. So look, a lot of people don't know. Well, firstly, like Josh had he's got a Maltese passport where it makes things, very easy regarding, visa wise, being in the EU. And usually French clubs, you're a bit of a golden ticket in that regards, where they don't have to sort the visa or yourself. And it's sort of come a little bit late, but we literally, we put a lot of work into trying finding you a team. We finally found you a team, and then you're in transit. You were in Singapore, was it?
Just touched down in Singapore when I got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that was crazy. So Josh, he was heading to a team. We heard some bad news regarding the team, and literally while he was in Singapore, I made sent a few messages out to connections, and literally to be arriving at one club, we had a new club pick him up from the airport, and literally went from there. So it was a big whirlwind. So. Yeah, at least you've got the experience now after the injury, getting more games under your belt, and then also experiencing the culture there, life away from football.
Yeah.
How'd you find the footy in France?
It's a different game. It's a tough game over here. It's a lot slower. I think sort of naturally most of the other competitions sort of take a year or two to sort of catch up with the NRL in terms of, your 6 agains and the speed of the play and stuff like that, with the NRL really pushing that at the moment. So I guess, they're still, a year or two behind in that regard. It's a really slow game, but it's physical. It's tough. The French people are definitely